Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. This morning, I awoke at shortly before 5 a.m., which, unless operational reasons require me to do otherwise, is the time at which I invariably awake from my deep and restful slumber. When I'm asleep, I may as well be dead. I get into my bed, I fall asleep. 4 or so hours later, I wake. I do not dream, or if I do, I never remember any of the dreams. It is, as previous intimate partner primary sources have commented, as if a switch has been flicked, and then I may as well be dead. The hours pass, and I emerge, recharged. And as I did this morning, the rind of light on the horizon signalling another day on the planet, I emerged, whilst many of you remain cocooned beneath your duvets, warm, cosseted by dreams. No doubt dreams of your noble narrator here, slaying the narcissist in your own lives, as I dispatch them with my acidic tongue, and enabling you to go forth with your shield of no contact and your sword of go-so. As you, dear listeners, lay there in the land of Nod, I set about my work for the day. And as I emerged into the nearby countryside, there I saw somebody jogging along, following a path along the edge of the forest, a forest which had slept through the cold, cold winter, and now emerging leaves, forming, buds embracing a still cold spring in the particular place where I am at present. But beneath the gathering canopy of verdant green, there came a jogger. They bore a navy blue hoodie, and I stopped, my breath clouding slightly, for it was still fairly cold at this early hour, and I noticed upon the chest of this advancing individually there was a familiar face. A face that has looked upon me for quite some time. A face that has stared back at me from the screen. And there it was, a chicken of authenticity, looking straight at me. Beady eyes fixed, authentic in a way that perhaps was even more authentic than something that is totally authentic. This yellow spring chicken, of course, looked upon me, bobbing up and down on the chest of the jogger, declaring the fact that this individual had indeed obtained her chickens of authenticity. And I stood, watching, proud, for that is of course a narcissistic trait that belongs to me, and I wondered if the individual had in their knapsack a stainless water bottle, also emblazoned with the mark of the chicken of authenticity. Or perhaps it was the case that once this jogger returned, that they would slake their undoubted thirst with a stainless tumbler, similarly bearing the mark of the chicken of authenticity, for this was an authentic individual. I suspected that the speed by which this individual moved, that they had doubtless been spreading the word of go-so, telling individuals, once you know, you go, as a fervent disciple of my own. It had to be the case that this individual had been running by the forest, running through the villages, placing sticker, both die-cut and normal, upon tree, upon brick, upon window, upon snoozing aged man upon dozing toddler, espousing the virtues of the concept of once you know, you go, ensuring that other people became aware. I suspect also that they had taken advantage of pulling from that knapsack several posters proclaiming that they had crossed the emotional sea, and with a dib and a dab slapped the paste upon the back of the poster and quickly put the message across the side of a building, across a billboard, obscuring no doubtless some pointless entreaty to go and listen to some mundane middle-of-the-road musician that nobody's really heard of. This individual undoubtedly cast, like confetti, die-cut stickers proclaiming that they had attended upon the knowledge vault and inviting other people to do so. And I recognised as this bobbing, weaving figure came closer towards me that at some point they would return to their own abode and doubtless lay their head upon an indoor pillow, probably one of 7 that they had obtained in a variety of distinguished colours, explaining that their logic defences were on, that they had exorcised with H.G. Tudor, that they regularly enjoyed from the farm shop, devouring bananas of empowerment, yellow pillows, royal blue pillows, sky blue pillows, black and orange and green, the whole rainbow occasioned within there. And I knew that after they had showered, and that they would take from, no doubt, a tastefully arranged bundle of towels, they would have their choice of logic defences, or once you know you go, and doubtless their hand would rest upon a I've obtained my bananas of empowerment beach towel, and they would wrap it around their lithe form, kept in shape by this daily jog that they embarked upon. And this individual, who ran like a gazelle, with the wind at her back, would move the tousled nature of that towel across her form and dry herself, utilizing the bananas of empowerment to do so, and in so doing, becoming all the more effective, all the more empowered. And then they would go to their kitchen and take a coffee in one of many of the mugs that would await them. This person, clearly an individual of style and distinction, would have on display in a handmade cabinet a selection of mugs proclaiming Saviour Empath, cloak optional, or I've obtained my bananas of empowered, or Battery Farm for authenticity, and knowing the Narcissist mug. Logic defences on, displaying the fact that they were an empathic supernova, that they were a magnet empath, that they had got out and they had stayed out, and that they would entreaty other people to follow that. And I pictured in my mind's eye, as I am wont to do, that this person of no name but of clear credibility, of organic authenticness, took down a sunshine yellow mug, and there drank the coffee from a mug that was designed for strong, confident women. Yes, this was an individual who knew the House of Tudor well, and as she passed me, I gave her the smallest of smiles, my own laser blue gaze catching her own. And at first there was no recognition, but then, as my eyes remained fixed upon her, and she saw my small smile grow, she felt the electricity. She felt it surge through her banana of empowerment. She felt the burgeoning authenticity of the chicken that bobbed and weaved upon her breast as she ran. It was as she drew level with me. She felt something, for her empathic nature was attuned to that individual that walked upon this earth beside her, and as I waited, ready to limber up for my own morning run, She paused, and then gave a gentle nod, a nod of recognition, a nod underlining her authenticity. And I returned that nod, my own salute to her, to recognize that she had entered the house of Tudor, and there she had found such salvation and delight. And thus I invite all of you, my dedicated and dear listeners, who each day are treated to the world's most effective and unrivaled information about narcissism delivered to you, wrapped in scintillating entertainment, all of which that you can listen to for bugger all. Go to the house of Tudor, treat yourself, seize your power, grab your bananas of empowerment, take hold of the chickens of authenticity, demonstrate that you have the capacity to be the empathic supernova event. Ensure that if you're a magnet, that people are aware of this. Tell the world to get out and stay out. Spread the message through a simple purchase, and know that HG approves.